Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem and the Canadian national anthem by our senior admissions counselor and UMPI alumna, class of 2014, Bethany Lord.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, thee true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Good morning. A warm welcome on this ostensibly spring day to faculty, staff, trustees, distinguished guests, family and friends, and most of all, the class of 2019. I am Ray Rice, and I have the honor of serving this institution as its president and provost at the University of Maine at Presque Isle. I'm here to welcome you to an extraordinary occasion as we join with the members of the class of 2019 in celebrating their accomplishments. In doing so, we also celebrate the exceptional individuals who helped make today possible for these graduates, the faculty and staff, the family and friends, all of you who have helped these individuals succeed in so many ways, large and small, during their undergraduate experience. Truly, today would not be possible without the months and years of support, guidance, instruction, inspiration, mentoring, and friendship that you have provided the class of 2019. To paraphrase Shakespeare, we experience a day with a bit of defeated joy, with one auspicious and one dropping eye, with commingled exhilaration and with more than a measure of loss and apprehension. I can think of no class as a collective that has demonstrated more of a sense of obligation and commitment to democracy and social justice to the rights and obligations of their peers, to effecting transformative change wherever they deem that change necessary. Your class, as is reflective of your generation, shares values that our society needs now more than ever: a dedication to public service, a genuine concern for the environment and for sustainable living, the recognition of the importance of collaboration across and within communities, the embracement of difference and the right of each individual to pursue a life of dignity, regardless of distinctions of race, creed, orientation, and personal identity, and the rejection of ideologies that would limit or deny such dignity. Who you are and what you have learned at Presque Isle has equipped you to face any challenges and develop opportunities that our communities so very much need. Your degrees and professional programs in the arts and sciences, supported by the backbone of a liberal arts education, provide you the tools and skills complementing your innate inquisitiveness and ingenuity to thrive in this challenging and changing world. It has been my honor to work with so many of you and been guided by your constant and vigilant exercise and engagement of Martin Luther King's reminder to us all that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and that anyone who, quote, lives inside the United States should never be considered an outsider anywhere within its bounds. So welcome to this most exceptional of days in this institution's great history, the 110th commencement of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. I would like to now introduce the members of the platform party. Audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. This year's honorary degree recipient, Mr. Daniel Ladner. Our commencement speaker, State Representative Harold Trey Stewart III. State Representative David McCrae, District Number 148. Sam Collins, the Board of Trustees, University of Maine System. Deborah Rourke, the Executive Director for University Advancement and External Affairs. Barbara Blackstone, the Dean of the College of Professional Programs. Jason Johnston, the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Vanessa Pearson, Dean of Students. Carolyn Dorsey, the Chair of the Faculty Assembly. Steve Richard, the Chair of the Board of Visitors. And Tom Weyer, President of the UMPI Alumni Association. It is our tradition at each commencement to honor the graduating class of 50 years prior. Today, we are most pleased to recognize the following members of the class of 1969. Please stand, if you please, and be recognized. David Michaud, the 1969 class president. Anita Campbell, Eugene Roy, and Susan Thompson. It is also my honor to recognize the collective of individuals who have been singularly dedicated to the success and accomplishments of each of you within the graduating class of 2019, the faculty and staff of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. It is my special privilege as well at this time to recognize the faculty emeriti who served with distinction during their time at this university and remain such essential members of our community. Clifton Budman, Guy Gallagher, Royal Goheen, Richard Kimball, Malcolm Coulter, Linda Graves, Suzanne Bodette, Andrea Gorman Gelder, Kim Ann Perkins, and Christine Standifer. My thanks especially to Dr. Anatole Wick and Colin Graybert, who played the entry music this morning and will now play the Alma Mater, Rise Up Presque Isle, written by Ellis Paul. think I'll have to arrange by presidential fiat that they'll have to play that arrangement every time we play our alma mater. Thank you. At this time, Trustee Collins will bring greetings to the graduating class of 2019 on behalf of the University of Maine system. Trustee Collins.
Good morning. President Rice, distinguished guests, parents, family members, faculty, staff, friends, class of '69, and soon to be graduates. It's an honor to be here today. Students, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine, I congratulate you on your achievements and thank you for your enriching contributions to the university community. My personal congratulations to Dan Ladner, who is receiving an honorary doctorate degree today. Dan has spent his career teaching, entertaining, and volunteering for decades and has made Aroostook County a much richer place to live. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for your many contributions to our greater community. My congratulations to the parents, family, friends, faculty, and staff. We share your pride in the accomplishments of these men and women, and we thank you for your commitment you have demonstrated in helping our graduates achieve this lofty goal. As a father of 4 girls, I certainly understand the challenges families face ensuring a higher education degree. However difficult the challenges and great the sacrifices, I can tell you from my experience that the investment will be your best and longest lasting one. We play a great and immeasurable role in assuring that our loved ones receive an undergraduate degree. It is a permanent gift that will continue to be appreciated. Graduates, you are part of the 7%. Only 7 out of 100 people in the world have a college degree. 10 years ago, only 1% of the population had a college degree. This increase in educational achievement is good news and important to note for 3 reasons. Education, the great equalizer, enables people to reach their potential, overcome socioeconomic barriers, and contribute to the betterment of our world. Secondly, the marketplace calls for a more educated workforce because of the changing complexity of available jobs. In fact, 50% of jobs today could potentially be done by machines within the next 25 years. Thirdly, all of us in this auditorium have a responsibility to be lifelong learners and have a shared responsibility to educating the next generation for the benefit of our families, our communities, our great state, and our society. Graduates, I ask that each of you pay it forward for your educational investment. As a proud owl, shout the praises of the University of Maine Presque Isle education and advocate for an affordable, quality, accessible public education so that those that follow your footsteps have the same opportunity afforded you. Continue to be a student and become the teacher to your contemporaries, to the young, and to the more seasoned. Your energy, enthusiasm, youth, and newfound skills have the ability to greatly improve the lives of others. Your excitement motivates us and invigorates us to collectively achieve more in all aspects of our lives. Just as you have experienced from a professor, friend, parent, coach, or mentor, never underestimate the impact you can have on others. Lastly, as part of your journey, you may find yourself continuing your education or traveling or exploring outside the state of Maine. And this is an important aspect of your personal growth. However, we ask you to return to the state. Better yet, return to the county to mentor and inspire fellow companions and workers, and to give generously of your time and talents in the communities in which you live. The state of Maine needs you. Aroostook County needs you. There are a lot of great places to live in the world, but I can tell you from my experiences, there is no better place to work, grow, and live than the state of Maine. Owls, we bid you farewell as students, we welcome you back as alumni, and we wish you the very best in your next chapter. We're spectators and participants as we celebrate your future accomplishments and victories. Class of 29, congratulations.
Mr. Stephen Richard, Chair of the Board of Visitors and a 1973 alumnus of UMPI, will now greet the graduates.
President Rice, Trustee Collins, platform guests, staff, family, friends, graduates, most importantly, the class of 2019. I bring you warm greetings from the University of Maine of Presque Isle Board of Visitors, an advisory group to the UMPI president. In 1973, I had the great honor of graduating from this wonderful university. I also had the privilege of watching my two daughters walk across this stage. My degree from UMPI opened the door for my career path and helped me land the job that I've had for the last 43 years. Soon you'll be walking across the stage to receive your diploma, indicating that you fulfilled the requirements of your degree. You should be very proud of this accomplishment, as I know that you've worked very hard to get here. I know that as an UMPI graduate that you will make this university very proud in whatever your next steps will be, and you will use your education wisely. The University of Maine at Presque Isle has a tradition of graduates getting involved in communities that they live in. I hope that you follow that tradition and be that Boy Scout, Girl Scout leader, that Little League baseball coach, that school board member, that city official, or just volunteer in local communities. I know that when you look back at your 46 years, you'll be glad and proud that you are an UMPI alum. On a final note, I would like to say how proud I am on this platform with this year's honorary degree recipient, Mr. Dan Ladner. I cannot think of any other person that deserved this honor more than Dan. He has been a pillar of our community, and I am very proud to call him my friend. Congratulations, Dan. Congratulations, graduates.
Carolyn Dorsey, Chair of the Faculty Assembly, Associate Professor of Business Management, and the Executive Director of Competency-Based Education Programs, will bring you greetings from our faculty.
Good morning. I'm honored to be here today representing the University of Maine at Presque Isle faculty and to congratulate the graduates on their incredible academic achievement. But first, to the families and all of those here supporting a graduate, thank you for sharing them with us these past years. It has been our privilege to walk beside them on this uncertain and what I am sure to them at times seemed very unending path. To be able to witness their growth, their engagement on this campus, their level of academic rigor, their devotion to service learning projects, and their participation in complex scholarly research has been simply amazing, and you should all be very proud. To the graduates, you have sat through countless classroom lectures, activities, and labs, and now we kindly ask that you just listen for a few more minutes as we offer you some parting thoughts. I am sure there were times over these past years that you may have thought you would never get to this moment, or you may have wondered if it would all be worth it. I can assure you that it is. Only 34% of Americans hold a bachelor's degree, 34%. You are about to become part of that honorable group. As you do, think about what you have done to get you this far. Those speaking before me this morning have made mention of your ability to demonstrate transformative change, about your scholarship, your research, and your service. We want you to think about how you will use this as a foundation for what you do beyond these walls. You are going to continue to evolve in unforeseen ways. You will stumble and fall. You will experience both tragedy and triumph, and perhaps even in the same day. But be thoughtful in how you handle those moments and how you will use those experiences to make the next day count. Whatever you do, never doubt your ability to make a difference. Never stop challenging yourself, as all progress takes place outside of our comfort zone. Finally, don't let those setbacks stop you from pursuing your goals. Success is never owned. It is rented, and the rent is due every single day. Always keep moving in that forward direction, but just for today, take a moment to stop and be proud of what you have already accomplished. The faculty at the University of Maine at Presque Isle join you in celebrating, and we encourage you to summon your passion and curiosity as you leave here and continue on your journey of success. Congratulations.
Representative Harold Trey Stewart III is a third-generation native of Presque Isle. The son of Harold Stewart II and Melanie Stewart Ring, Representative Stewart's grandfather, Harold L. Bud Stewart, served in both the Second World War and Korea before attending Georgetown University Law and practicing in Presque Isle for 50 years. During that time, he represented Presque Isle in the Maine legislature, served on the Governor's Council, and together with his wife, Carol, were appointed to various boards across Aroostook County. Representative Stewart's father, a graduate of Capital University Law School, was appointed a justice of the Maine Superior Court in 2016. Upon graduating from Presque Isle, Representative Stewart attended the University of Maine, as had his father and grandfather, earning his degree in political science and sociology in 2016. While at Orono, he was heavily involved in a variety of campus organizations, a member of the Alpha Tau Omega fraternity, and served as a president of the student body of the University of Maine. He thus also represents the third generation of his family to become engaged in civic service to Aroostook County and the state of Maine. Representative Stewart has twice been elected as the youngest currently serving member of the Maine State Legislature. In 2016, he successfully ran for a seat in the Maine Legislature, a 2-year term in the House of Representatives, and completed his MBA from the University of Maine during his first term in office. In 2018, he was reelected to the Maine House and elected by his caucus peers to serve as the Assistant Republican leader in the House. He previously served on the Education and Cultural Affairs Committee, as well as the statewide opioid task force, and is now serving on the Taxation Committee, in addition to his leadership role in the House. He is one of, if not the youngest, of our legislators nationwide currently serving in a senior leadership post. In his time in the legislature, Representative Stewart has co-sponsored or sponsored nearly 90 bills, many of which, in conjunction with his fellow Aroostook County delegation members, directly address the economic growth and development of Northern Maine and extend additional educational opportunities and social services to its citizens, including preserving affordable rural housing, providing computer science coursework in rural schools, extending support to survivors of sexual and domestic violence, increasing funding for adult literacy initiatives, and multiple initiatives in regards to agricultural and forestry sector development. In addition to his current work with the Aroostook Partnership, a nonprofit organization supported through public-private partnerships to ensure long-term economic growth in Aroostook County, and his legislative service, Representative Stewart is a member of the Presque Isle Rotary Club, the Central Aroostook Chamber of Commerce, Trinity Masonic Lodge number 130, and he serves on the steering committee of Momentum Aroostook. He is on the board of directors of the Aroostook County Action Program, serves on the boards of the Northern Maine Community College Foundation, the University of Maine Alumni Association, and the University of Maine at Presque Isle Board of Visitors, as well as the Northeast Forest Fire Protection Compact, and has served for over 5 years as a volunteer firefighter with the Presque Isle Volunteer Fire Department. It is my pleasure to introduce Harold Trey Stewart III.
Good morning, and can we get one more round of applause for the class of 2019, please? They're the reason we're here today. President Rice, Trustee Collins, Chairman Richard, distinguished colleagues in the legislature, colleague, Mr. Ladner, faculty, staff, parents, friends, and family, and most importantly, soon-to-be graduates, it's an honor to be before you this morning. And I'd like to give you your first official graduation gift. I promise to be brief. In fact, I think I have this down to under 7 minutes, which I know coming from a politician isn't totally reliable, but I promise, and you know what they say when a politician promises something. When President Rice first told me he wanted me to give the commencement address, the first thought that went through my head was, wow, everyone else that's respectable in town must be away for the weekend. But in all seriousness, though, after agreeing to share a few remarks with you, I thought to myself, what do I wish I had heard when I was sitting in your shoes just a few years ago? So here goes. I'm not sure you know this, but sitting here in Aroostook County and the great state of Maine, you, by your very location, already have an advantage over everyone else in America. You get the Made in Maine label. Let me tell you what that means. When a Mainer walks into a job interview anywhere in the US, people assume a lot of things. Hard worker, honest, reliable, dependable, someone you can count on to do the right thing, and I'm serious about all that. People like and respect people from Maine. And the good news is you get the added advantage of being a graduate of this university. I should also note that having a little bit of Aroostook County street cred is an even bigger bonus because, well, we all know everything's better in Aroostook County. So you have this great advantage. My advice to you, please don't blow it. All right. This is the part, and I think I'm on schedule here for my graduation gift, where I give you some awesome advice that changes your life and you talk about it for years to come. Maybe not, but here goes. First bit of advice, do me a huge favor, and your future selves a huge favor. Sit down this week, today if you can, go through all of your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, definitely Tinder, and delete, delete, delete. Keep on deleting until you could sit down with your pastor, your mother, better yet, your grandmother, and show them everything about you online. Let's call this the grandma test. Picture that face someone meaningful in your life makes when they disapprove of what you're doing, and let that face be your guide to all your social media content. And I'm actually serious about that. Employers do have a tendency to look at those things. So, that trip to Mardi Gras and all the accompanying photos, delete. Bachelor party with your brother, delete. Girls' night out in Portland, delete. You get the picture. Here's my second bit of advice. Learn this phrase, yes if, and avoid the phrase no because. Let me explain. The people who make it in this world look for ways to get things done. They strive for yes. And those that don't, the people who use no as a default or the path of no, are not going to have it easy or be all that successful in life. This is really important to understand. If you can look at every problem, every challenge or seemingly impossible task, and immediately begin to work on how you can make things work, that is, if you focus on the yes if, then you will become a leader in any job and certainly a leader in life. Yes makes things work. So, promise me that you will learn to use the power of yes. I should also add that this works especially well in relationships, and guys, you're definitely going to be happier on the yes path. Okay, checking my watch. Steve, are you on time?
We're on time.
Great. Here's number 3, and my final piece of advice. There are a lot of people out there who are eager to assign labels to each generation. Names like baby boomers, millennials, now Generation Z, as they refer to this year's graduate. Ignore it. Smile, sure, chuckle along with them, but don't believe a word of it. Previous generations like to assign labels to future generations, and that's so that they can make themselves look better, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Think about the baby boomers for a second. The people who invented bell bottoms and disco dancing really think they should be labeling our generation. I don't think so. I'd put Game of Thrones up against the Brady Bunch any day of the week. Here's my main point, though. Be that person at work and in life that the other generations say, she's not like us. She's not like her peers. She's one of us. So how do you do that? Here's the good news, and it'll be really easy for you to accomplish. Get involved in your community in whatever capacity you'll enjoy and be able to have some fun with. It's never too early to start giving back. Find a mentor or someone you can trust to help you along your journey and be your guide, and be the person that always shows up. You combine this with the Made in Maine label and you're golden. And I should add, the county experience under your belt won't hurt anything either. You should also know there are plenty of opportunities for young people to find meaningful careers in the county. For every person reaching retirement age here in the next 10 years, our high school graduates will only be able to cover about half of the loss to our workforce. You're entering it at a great time, and staying here should definitely be on your radar. If I can ever be of service in any way to help in the job search, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay, that's my graduation advice. Delete it, understand the power of yes, live up to the Made in Maine label. Let me conclude by thanking the families, friends, faculty, and all the other people here today who helped create the class of 2019, and more importantly, made this graduation day possible. To the graduating class of 2019, hallelujah, you made it. Great job. Okay, checking my watch. We're under 7 minutes. Ray, we good? Okay, which gives me the chance to dispense my last bit of advice, which is always keep your promises. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure as president of the University of Maine at Presque Isle to present an honorary degree to UMPI alumnus P. Daniel Ladner. Mr. P. Daniel Ladner was born in Presque Isle in 1937, the son of Fay and Viola Ladner, and graduated from Mapleton High School in 1955 as valedictorian and president of his graduating class. He went on to study band directing at Boston University, but after a semester, transferred to Aroostook State Teachers College and graduated as president of his class in 1959 at this institution with a degree in education. He served as a fifth grade teacher in Presque Isle for 10 years, as an English and public speaking teacher at Presque Isle High School for 15 years following that. During this time at the high school, he directed the high school chorus and drama club and helped found the Shipmates Playhouse. He later worked as a director of the UMPI Upward Bound program for 5 years, and for 10 years as the director of the Caribou Performing Arts Center, where he produced numerous Broadway musicals while also teaching drama and speech for Caribou High School. Throughout his career and since his retirement in 1999, Ladner has been highly involved in his communities. Between 1973 and 1994, he served as a driving force with UMPI's Pioneer Playhouse, performing, directing, and supporting his local theater group in presenting more than 80 productions on the Wadene Auditorium stage. He starred in countless plays on campus, including the Centennial Homecoming Dinner theater production in 2003, and directed the first musical in which now famous Tony-nominated actor John Cariani starred. He is a founding member and the first president of the Presque Isle Community Players, established in 1989. Ladner has also served as a judge for many state drama festivals at the regional and state levels, as host of County Telequiz, a high school quiz shows that aired on WAGM in the 70s and 80s, and as a judge in the United Way of Aroostook County's Northern Star competition. Along the way, he has received numerous accolades. He was named a lifetime member of the New England Drama Council in 1987, Citizen of the Year by the City of Presque Isle in 1988, recipient of the Spirit of Caribou Award in 1997, recipient of the first ever Lifetime Achievement Award from the Maine Arts Sponsors Association, and the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Presque Isle Chamber of Commerce in 2004. He has twice received UMPI's Distinguished Alumni Award, and the Maine chapter of the American Choral Directors Association named him Choral Director of the Year. He continues to serve as the director of the Caribou Choral Society, a position he has held since 1977, and as the organist and choir director at St. Mary's Catholic Church and Grant Memorial United Methodist Church, both here in Presque Isle. He has also been an active member of the American Choral Directors Association and the National Association of Pastoral Musicians. In addition, he has been named a member of the Caribou Rotary Club since 2000 and twice been named a Paul Harris Fellow, one of the most prestigious honors given by that international organization. Dan Ladner has been married to the remarkable Barbara Frick Ladner since 1995. He has 4 daughters from a previous marriage, along with 7 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. We will now prepare Mr. Ladner for his honorary degree. P. Daniel Ladner, beloved educator and champion for music and the performing arts. You are commended today for your service to the people of Aroostook County and to those involved with musical performance and the dramatic arts throughout this state. As a dedicated public servant, you have spent more than half a century educating and providing access to music and theater opportunities at the local and state level. In your work as an educator, you have shared the gift of language, music, and performance with generations of students. Your efforts with so many community groups, from the Pioneer Playhouse to the Presque Isle Community Players to the Caribou Choral Society, have brought joy and love of the arts to countless residents. Your unwavering support of these local institutions has served as an inspirational example of what can be done to make a powerful difference in the community and in this region. As a Presque Isle and Mapleton native, a 1955 graduate of Mapleton High School, a 1959 graduate of the Aroostook State College, now the University of Maine at Presque Isle, you have served as a standout ambassador for Northern Maine and an inspiration for young people working to achieve their long-term goals and dreams. Your work has made an important impact upon the people of Aroostook County, the state of Maine, and far beyond. In appreciation of your outstanding service and in recognition of your status as a dedicated public servant, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Thank you so much, everybody. President Rice, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished platform guests, graduates, faculty and staff, parents, relatives, and friends. This is certainly one of the greatest days of my life. And the highlight of my career. I'll be forever grateful to the university for honoring me with this distinguished degree. I would never have guessed that 60 years after graduation, I would return to my own alma mater for such an occasion. I'm truly overwhelmed and humbled. You might find it interesting to know that I had Representative Stewart's dad and Dean Johnston's mom and dad in my sophomore English class at Presque Isle High School. Please tell them for me that I taught them everything they know. And Mr. Collins, I'm sure you can still see your dad, Senator Don Collins, sitting on the piano bench with me and singing old Rotary Club songs together. One of my fondest memories was playing the organ for the wedding of President Rice and his wife, Rachel. Graduates, most of you are probably about 22 years old, with your whole lives ahead of you. My life, on the other hand, is on the other end of life's spectrum. Next week, I'll turn 82. So being older and a little wiser, I'd like to take about 90 minutes or so. Is that all right? To share some thoughts and a little advice with you. These thoughts are focused on two subjects that we're certain of in our lives. And no, they're not death and taxes. I'm going to switch it up a bit with two other subjects that are important to all of us: time and jobs. We've always had jobs, haven't we? When we were children, we had little jobs to do around the house, and that we were expected to do them. The older we got, the more jobs we had, and it didn't matter where you were on the social scale, from baggers at the supermarket to university presidents, from gas pumpers to state legislators, to waitresses to British princesses. Everybody has had a job. And sometimes time flew by, but other times it dragged on and on. When we got a little older, remember when we wished we could all do things that grown-ups do? Time still dragged. During our high school years, its tempo really picked up as we got busy with homework, extracurricular activities, and hopefully time for a social life. How did we also find time to have a part-time job to pay off that vehicle that we bought? Still, we could hardly wait for our 18th birthdays and legal adulthood. Then college took over our lives, and even though some days time seemed to drag, all of a sudden you find yourself being one of those wonderful adults, juggling jobs, family obligations, and other personal responsibilities. Oh, it's lots of fun being an adult, isn't it? Time marches on, and before you know it, you get an invitation to your 10th high school reunion. And soon after that, a letter from the university's Alumni Association inviting you to your 10th homecoming weekend. How did you spend your time during those years? Those building years towards true adulthood, when you reach your 30s, your 40s, and 50s, your 25th class reunion, your 35th, and then wondering how it happened, your 50th, and in my case, my 60th. What I'm hoping for all of you, especially for you graduates, is that whatever jobs you have in life, and you may have several, that you choose not only those that you really like and that you're good at, but also ones that make you happy and fulfilled. Have passion and a healthy ambition for everything you do, and do it at 100% of your abilities. Almost more importantly, even though your jobs seem to swallow up your time, it's important to tuck in some activities around them that will add interest and enrich your lives. Take up golf, skiing, adult basketball. I had a high school classmate that played competitive basketball until he was 80. That's 80. He played baseball, play softball, bowling, tennis, join a community theater group, a band, an orchestra. Chorus. Mentor young people. Do some bike riding, snowmobile and all-terrain bike riding. Join a service club, a church group, a writing group. So many choices that will make your lives more enjoyable and your precious time fly by in a good way. Not too many people remember the contents of most commencement addresses. No offense. But mine is short and sweet. Just think about time and jobs. In closing, I was just lying about the 90 minutes. I'd like to leave you with this quote by Stephen Grillet that years ago I adopted for my personal philosophy of life. Maybe you've heard it before, but I think it says it all. I shall pass through this world but once. If therefore there be any kindness I can show, or any good thing I can do to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. Thank you very much.
I was a proud bagger of groceries, by the way, at a supermarket for my entire time as a high school student. It is now time for Dean Johnson to make the presentation of the candidates for degrees. Please note that some candidates will be wearing colored cords around their necks: gold for summa cum laude, blue for magna cum laude, white for cum laude, red, white, and blue for military veterans, and Kelly green for campus to career distinguished graduates. Also this year, for the first time, you'll notice some individuals wearing a black or white cord representing their membership in the National Society of Leadership and Success, Sigma Alpha Pi. In addition to our own graduates, we will also be awarding a doctorate of education from Walden University.
Good morning, everyone. Bear with my late spring allergies and cold this morning. First, I would like to thank the faculty, especially, who are really so integral to the success of our students, and join me in giving them some applause. A couple of housekeeping items first. We request that you not take photos during this time, as there is a professional photographer on site. And graduates, you will be officially pinned, as you know, with your wings down here after you receive your diplomas at the end of the ramp. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Biology please rise and come forward? Sean David Barbosa, also receiving an Associate of Science in Medical Lab Technology. Bryant M. Bollier. Taylor Allen Skinner. Ethan J. Doobie, magna cum laude. Ryan William Tebow, cum laude. Jaden Kez Goslin. Hana Hassan. Alexander William Kimball. Tim I. Peace. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration please rise and come forward? Elizabeth Joy Butterfield, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Jessica Marie Cameron, magna cum laude, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Lauren Victoria Chapman, magna cum laude, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Madison Marjorie Shaw, summa cum laude, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Andrew S. Hunt. Emily Alice Willett, summa cum laude. Kerrigan Emily Erla Arnett, summa cum laude, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Casey Lynn McClure. Emma Marie Langell, magna cum laude. Jennifer Ann Chapman, summa cum laude, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Brandon Allen Spellman, magna cum laude, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Laura Arlene Beals, cum laude, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Liza L. Michaud, cum laude. Quinn Mitchell. Lori Boucher, cum laude. Ellen L. Murphy, cum laude, U.S. Air Force veteran. Jeffrey Peter Dufour, magna cum laude. Joshua W. Nason, magna cum laude. Cody James Blair. Michaela Elaine Churchill, magna cum laude. Jordy Marion Lagasse. Yuha Tien, magna cum laude. Ronald Joseph Roble III. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice please rise and come forward? Logan Powers Hoppy, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Kenneth Robert Bell. Russell Scott Terrio. Doran Philip Labrie. Adrian Quinn Tortelot. Michael Aaron Jarrett. Haley Marie Netto, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Lauren Harbor Mitchell, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Kyle D. Ryder, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Chandler Zachary Medor, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English please rise and come forward? Jordan Elizabeth Haddad, cum laude. Brandy Eve Smith, cum laude, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Garrett Lee DeLong, Campus to Career Distinguished Graduate. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History please rise and come forward? Krista Jane Heatley, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History and Political Science please rise and come forward? Derek Maurice Elijah Ellis, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Psychology please rise and come forward? Sarah K. Smith Chris, magna cum laude. Veronica Page Levesque. Tanisha Jade Smith. Dylan Joseph Conroy, cum laude. Morgan Renee Wilcox. Jason Elliott Bartley, summa cum laude. Lacey May Good, summa cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Liberal Studies please rise and come forward? Erin Marie Sandstrom, cum laude. Michelle L. Clark. Amber Elizabeth Michaud. Tori Lee Bernard, magna cum laude. Martin Edward Jerkins, magna cum laude. Brianna Jade Losey. Samson David Lee Carpenter. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Athletic Training please rise and come forward? Antonio Di Bonaventura Duarte. Alexander Ricky Folsom, cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. Tabitha Amber Taylor. Joshua Scott Nichols, cum laude. Megan Simone Jellison, cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. Jacob Lee Powell, cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. Darian Marie Thornton. Megan Marie Seward, cum laude. Eric Allen Masick, campus to career distinguished graduate. Alyssa Lynn Edwards, magna cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education please rise and come forward? Victoria Rose Tracy. Autumn May Hersey. Alexandra Rose De Rousseau. Shelby D. Cummings, cum laude. Erin May McClellan, summa cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. Haley Lorraine Ingraham, cum laude. Chelsea Lee Haney. And two other graduates who are still in Thailand. Kristen Victoria West, magna cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. And Chelsea Marie Langley, campus to career distinguished graduate. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science and Sustainability please rise and come forward? James C. Churchill. Connor Jacob Heineck. Aaron Westrack. Cody Jeffrey Terrio. Elise Goody, magna cum laude, campus to career distinguished graduate. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science please rise and come forward? Jennifer Lee Sanborn. Melissa Catherine Hotham, cum laude. Will the candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics please rise and come forward? Darius Janosch Haskell, cum laude. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physical Education please rise and come forward? Emma Marie Kinney. Hannah Christine Williams, summa cum laude. Ryan Daniel Sanderson, cum laude. Will the candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education please rise and come forward? Tammy Lee H. Sutherland. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work please rise and come forward? Shenoa Taylor Dorothea Jackson. Cassidy Lynn Morin, summa cum laude. Jasmine Lee Pelletier. Michaela Page Terrian. Kimberly J. Griffith, cum laude. Kimberly Guadalupe Gill. Emily Sandra Hebert. Lauren Elizabeth Harris, magna cum laude. Rachel Patnode. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts please rise and come forward? Heather Marie Carmichael. Daria Jerusha Wozmak. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science please rise and come forward? Please hold your applause until I read their full degree after I read their name. Anna Louisa Messerschmidt, cum laude, Associate of Science in Medical Lab Technology. Serena M. Raposa, cum laude, Associate of Science in Medical Lab Technology. Tanya Lynn Chornberry, summa cum laude, Associate of Science in Physical Therapy Assistant. Elsa Rose Collins, magna cum laude, Associate of Science in Physical Therapy Assistant. Nicole Marie Marucci, magna cum laude, Associate of Science in Physical Therapy Assistant. Sarah Lynn Peralt, magna cum laude, Associate of Science in Physical Therapist Assistant. And finally, will the candidate for the Doctorate of Education in Administrative Leadership for Teaching and Learning from Walden University please rise and come forward? Dr. Alana Margaret Margison. Will the graduates please rise? President Rice, I have the honor to present our students who have been judged by the faculty of the University of Maine at Presque Isle and Walden University. Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Bachelor of Social Work, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Doctorate of Education.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System, and confirming the action of our faculty, I hereby grant unto you the appropriate degree of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Bachelor of Social Work, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, and Doctorate of Education, together with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. You may now move your tassels from the right of your caps to the left, signifying you are now college graduates. Congratulations. The graduating class of 2019 would not have made it this far without the support of those around them. Graduates, please turn and give a round of applause to the audience. You may be seated. At this time, I am pleased to introduce your 2019 student commencement speaker, Tim Peace.
Well, before I start, I want to express my gratitude to Dr. Ladner. His speech is inspirational and heartwarming. Thank you very much, sir. And since he said he was going to speak for 90 minutes, and he didn't, I am assuming he yielded the time to me. But anyway, I should tell you, I'm nervous. So to break the ice, I would like to give a shout out to my classmate, Aaron Westrack, on his upcoming nuptials with his wife, with his fiancee, Jenna. I wish you a happy matrimony and everlasting and enduring love. So eat, pray, get a diploma, and love. I suppose that's how it goes. Not funny. Anyway, Mr. President, university deans, staff, faculty, honorable guests, and distinguished dignitaries, thanks for gracing us with your presence here today. And to you, my estimable fellow graduates, I say congratulations. Commencement, the milestone of the beginning of a new journey at the conclusion of another. At this crossroads, I wish you the best of luck as you proceed to the new heights of your fondest hope. I am honored to address you, my fellow graduates, and I am infinitely grateful for this noble opportunity to share my thoughts with you. Close to 30% of the American people have a bachelor's degree or higher. You have joined that surprisingly small club, and with this privilege comes great responsibility. My fellow students, do not be satisfied in making a living with the diploma you have just been handed, but rather find fulfillment in making a living to make a difference with your academic accomplishments. The world needs agents of change. There is injustice, inequity, poverty, suffering. Today, my friends, we're mounted upon the pedestal of the world stage with power within our hands to positively alter the course of humanity, both for ourselves and for posterity. My achievement here at the University of Maine at Presque Isle is not short of being a miracle. Today, here at UMPI, concludes my 13-year journey to secure an undergraduate degree. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And my time here is imbued with memorable moments to be cherished forever. I found inspiration, saw life in new perspective by my interaction with students, staff, and faculty. Still, life here is not without its challenges. Nevertheless, there are shoulders to lean on, and in all, I found precious memories worth treasuring for a lifetime, as I'm sure you also have. UMPI, I believe, has served us well as a springboard to attain our higher aspirations, as it will be for many to come. As we graduate, let us bear in mind that we have not been programmed with gigabytes of data here in college as robots to regurgitate the information we've acquired when confronted with the practical tasks of the real world. However, we have been equipped with the tools to be productive, sophisticated, distinguished critical thinkers. The making of an exceptional critical thinker is a hallmark of a college education. As we progress in life, ladies and gentlemen, for some of us, challenges will constitute a rite of passage. It is nonetheless a rite of passage to the halls of excellence. For some, we will be forged by flames of trials, and from this, a resilient character will be fashioned in us like the luster of gold, like the luster of gold brought by fire. Some of the greatest Americans we've come to admire today were people who, at a point in their lives, have been drenched in indelible failures. From George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Susan B. Anthony, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, to Martin Luther King Jr., among many more. We found people of courage who stood at the precipice of surrender, but fought on, knowing that there is a price every dreamer must pay and a burden every dreamer must bear. Through the hills of Valley Forge in the middle of a brutal winter, a general battled with a retreat to guarantee the success of a set of principles scripted on parchment for a grand experiment of the democracy and constitutional republic we relish today. A young prairie rail splitter from the farms of the frontier left his family behind, failed at business, went bankrupt, lost elections, suffered from depression, and dangled on the verge of suicide. Yet, he was destined to take this nation into a new age of democracy, a new birth of freedom for the slave and the free, and the preservation of a more perfect union. Among these was a woman who stepped out of our times and laid the groundwork for universal suffrage. Also a scientist who conceived in his mind what the eyes cannot see in the cosmos. Became a wanderer, he found home here in the land of the free. Life's inevitable vicissitudes may turbulently toss our ambitions, like a young preacher who was jailed 13 times while leading the protests of America's marginalized citizens and the demands for their civil rights, and elegantly declared, "I have a dream." Another American prodigy will languish in his laboratory to successfully turn on the light for the world. These deeds, my friends, did not come easy. This is why I stand here today to enjoin you to persevere in your noble ambitions and in the middle of trials and despair, carry on with your eyes on the horizon. Folks, we do not need to lead a movement to make a difference. We do not have to attain the position of the President of the United States to be remarkable. Every selfless act, every noble gesture at the expense of our convenience, a single life touched, and every vote cast on principle testify to the success of our consummation of making the world a better place. And talking about votes, I encourage you to be religiously devoted to your civic duty. My fellow students, we are graduating into another level of maturity. The days when we concern ourselves with trivialities of society, such as who the members of the Kardashian family are, and remain aloof of the identity and politics of the associate justices of the Supreme Court, are over. Now is the time to care less about the stardom of athletes and entertainers, but to be heavily vested in those who represent us in the state assembly, as governors, congressmen, senators, and in the president's cabinet. Let us judiciously use the franchise powers for which our forebears have fought and died, and let us cherish our stake in the government for the sake of ourselves and our fellow countrymen. We must avoid a false sense of grandiosity by the acquisition of a diploma, and in every success we attain, let us remember to treat our fellow human beings with dignity. With humility, let us go forth and unleash the potential within us, bringing the fruition, the visions of our educators, minting alumni that will be the pride of this institution. Fellows, many like pilgrims will walk this path of life, but only the brave will leave a footprint. Socrates once said that an unexamined life is not worth living. But I say to you, my friends, that a life lived without conviction is a life lived in cowardice. Therefore, whether you're graduating at 20 or at 40, challenge assumptions, question authority, be bold in presenting new and radical ideas, ford every treacherous stream, and climb every mountain. In doing so, let us bear in mind that someday we'll be able to proclaim our triumph in the words of a great American poet, that I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverge in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thank you. God bless you. Congratulations.
At this time, I am pleased to introduce Tom Wire, a 2008 graduate of this institution and the current president of the Alumni Association. Tom?
Good afternoon, members of the class of 2019. It is afternoon, and I can't promise to be inspirational, but I can promise to be quick. And on behalf of the Board of Directors of the University of Maine at Presque Isle Alumni Association, I am honored to welcome you into our association as our newest alumni. You are now officially alumni of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. So again, very quickly, just in the last year, I've seen a lot of great things from this graduating class. Along with everyone else who would have driven through Presque Isle, I saw the interactive art installation you created as part of the Unity project, raising consciousness about the labels we use in our interconnected communities. I heard about how you designed and hosted a workshop to serve those who served, with the goal of helping to enhance the quality of life for veterans in our county. I was lucky to be a part of UMPI's Campus to Career initiative, in which I had the opportunity
to meet with students who are deeply driven to serve our communities and improve our industries. And I was lucky to again be a part of the Diversity Dialogue event, which is hosted by your Inclusion and Civility Task Force. You give me tremendous hope in our ability to engage in constructive dialogue. In my opinion, no matter where life takes you after UMPI, you'll find no more work more important than to share these skills of civil discourse. And there's much more that you've achieved in the last few years, and that's part of why I can say, honestly, I'm greatly proud to call you fellow alumni. As UMPI alumni, you now belong to an exclusive network that goes back to 1903. It's a network with impressive experience and connections. Alumni members are making an impact in every industry and service you could imagine, from the Secret Service to professional sport, from the county to Silicon Valley, and way beyond. I'm here to give you just one simple piece of advice. Leverage this network we call the Alumni Association. The Alumni Association is governed by a dedicated group of board members who were once like you, poised for this moment between college and your future career. The board sets direction for the association, builds programs to support alumni, and assists in planning alumni events. So 4 ways you can start to think about how you can stay connected with your fellow alumni. 1, homecoming. It's a great opportunity to re-engage with your alumni network and classmates and have a blast at the same time. This year, it's in the last week of September, so mark your calendar and stay tuned for more information. Number 2, join the UMPI Alumni Facebook group. This gives you access to information about your alma mater and classmates. 3, keep your contact information up to date with us, please. And keep a lookout for our blue and gold publication. And number 4, finally, check out our Where Have Your Wings Taken You program. Our page is on yourwings.umpi.edu. It's another way to keep up to date with your fellow alumni, and we'd love for you to share your story of what you're doing now that you've earned your wings. Something else you've earned today actually is it's very exciting. It's very exclusive, and it's beautifully crafted free gift from the Alumni Association and highly coveted, the UMPI Alumni Coffee Mug. So drink from it with pride. And I recommend actually taking it to your place of work, as I do, and showing it off as you drink coffee proudly. Seriously, I still use my UMPI alumni mug. So, also in the mug you'll find a business card with the name Craig Cormier on it. And he's going to be a great contact for you in order to find ways to leverage your alumni association. So don't lose that. And take it out before you put the coffee in. So we're looking forward to hearing where your alumni association can take you. So please keep in touch. Stay tuned. And one last time, congratulations and welcome to the Alumni Association.
Graduates, would you please rise for the ceremonial tossing of the caps and avoid injury? On the count of 3, let us commence with the tossing of the caps. Is the photographer ready? All right. 3, 2, 1, toss! I remind everyone that members of the platform party and faculty and staff will be in and around the gymnasium for anyone who would like to have a picture. I remind you that there is a reception immediately following in the campus center, so please make your way up, and that your 2019 class banner is hung at the campus center, as well as photo opportunities available up there. Everyone is invited, and they will be playing, Anatole Wick and Colin Grabert will be playing at the reception as well, so we'll be able to enjoy their fine music again. So my congratulations again to the class of 2019.
It's a little cold. Oh my goodness, I expected a little more warmth with everybody being in here, but oh yeah.